Hi everyone, how you are? This is CoinsKid. Just going to dive into Bitcoin once again. Thanks for your support. Okay, I did tell you that a break was close, didn't I? I did tell you that, and obviously at the moment everyone's mega bearish because Bitcoin's breaking down, isn't it? It's losing a key level of support, which is not a good thing. I'm not going to lie to you. This is not a good thing. If you do lose that level of support, you start closing your head below it. You know, doing something like this, because the more you lose support, okay, the further down to test another key level of support, the probability is. So, you know, and like I said to you, on looking at the monthly, if you do start to come down and lose this yellow line, that's your bear market right there, okay? And at the moment, you can see that the monthly sits at 27K. So if you do start to see a big more of a rollover towards the end of the week here for Bitcoin, you know, it does start to capitulate a little bit here, then do anticipate putting some cheeky bids on that 2700, which is the weekly 20 at the monthly 20 EMA right there, okay? Now there is a correlation just here at the moment where you may actually see a bounce just here, and you may, towards the start of next week, this may be the bottom for Bitcoin. And I'll tell you why. Because just here, the week is not out, okay? These are weekly candles just here, and you can see we've been holding this level of support for multiple weeks just here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You know, going into our 9th week here, potentially closing above this level of support just there, which is really, really good for Bitcoin, believe it or not. It's really strong. Now, you know, Bitcoin's running into a level of support just there, and the DXY, which is correlated with Bitcoin at the moment, is running into a level of resistance. I'm going to show you this resistance, and I've told you so many times, okay? The DXY is running into a horizontal resistance just there. It looks bullish, it looks good, but you're actually in a continuation pattern just there for the DXY, and I've already explained this, okay? So yeah, most are calling this a W double bottom, but you can see you're not at a level of resistance is just there, you're nowhere near it. So you're in some kind of horizontal, you've got a horizontal level of resistance, and you can see right now that the DXY is running into it, and this is why Bitcoin is rolling. I've made you fully aware of that. You've got this level here, which is the 55 EMA. So, you know, this is why I'm not saying it's a bear market yet. It's not a bear market until this breaks the key level of resistance and starts to pump. That's your bear market for Bitcoin. At the moment, you fell down, you're consolidating, and this represents that for Bitcoin, because obviously when the DXY is falling, Bitcoin is bullish and crypto is bullish. And obviously, like I said to you before, when the DXY is pumping, you know, this is your bull market just here for Bitcoin and crypto. So right now it looks bad, but this is actually a continuation pattern. These horizontals are continuation patterns, and obviously you fell into it, so do expect just here, this is how close we are for Bitcoin right now, and I've told you, so close. If the DXY gets rejected just here and starts to fall through the EMAs, comes back down to this level of support, you know, and it could range again in this apex and get closer and closer and closer, you know, until this breaks this resistance or loses this support. Bitcoin is going sideways, it's consolidating, it's holding levels of support, it's hitting levels of resistance, you know, and this is a massive indicator of it, to be honest with you. You know, if you do break the resistance here, bear market for Bitcoin. If you lose the support, bull market for Bitcoin, continuation for crypto as well, which we are anticipating here in the channel. So, you know, you've not got a crystal ball, and obviously this could break out here and it could spell a bear market for Bitcoin. But at the minute, Bitcoin is not in a bear market, and I don't understand why people are saying that. Now, there's lots of on-chain and off-chain analytics that you need to pay attention to. You know, the smart money, I always say it, smart money, follow the smart money, and that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm looking at smart money, I'm looking at, you know, the acquisition, I'm looking at the removal of Bitcoins off exchanges as well, which the highest, you know, all that is correlated with potentially this, you know, this level of resistance for the DXY is going to come into play, you're going to get rejected, and you're going to continue with the downtrend in the DXY, okay, and then obviously you're going to continue with the bull market for crypto. And that's that second part, bull market we're anticipating, the wave 5, you know, where we see all that appreciation across the board, so to speak. So who knows, okay? But this is a massive indicator of which direction we're going, isn't it? And you can see that we're running into a brick wall at the moment just there. You know, we have had a wick in the previous weeks just there where, you know, it comes up, hits the level of resistance and rolls back, you know. So watch this space. No one knows, no one's got a crystal ball, but this is a massive indicator for Bitcoin right here, this event. And I did tell you it was very, very close, didn't I? So yeah, if we do start to break this and backtest this as support, then you are looking at this being a reversal, okay, not continuation horizontal, because they can reverse, like I've said to you, okay, they can reverse, and with that you would have a potential target, and your target is from there to there, and this is where you would see, you know, the DXY continue and appreciate up towards this level there, and that would actually spell a bear market for crypto, you know, and however long it takes to get to that position where you may get rejected, roll back, and form another bull market. And you may go through sort of a mini bear market for Bitcoin where you do come down to lower lows. But like I said to you, if you was to lose key levels of support for Bitcoin, I will keep reminding you, okay, there's one particular level of support that you can't lose for Bitcoin, and it is this wave, where are we? This wave 1 high, because this invalidates the Elliott wave theory right here, okay? So if you start to see Bitcoin roll and capitulate, you know, and enter that bear market, you know, and at that point, you know, if we do enter a bear market and we do found a foundation, we start to pick up, at that point I will show you the next potential target, but the target that we can't afford to lose, because this invalidates the Elliott wave theory, you know, you're falling lower than the wave 1 high, is roughly 13,536, around that area, okay? So at the minute it looks bad, doesn't it? But you know, we're only on Wednesday. You've got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You've got 5 days of trading left for this to create a wick, come back up, find a level of support, the DXY to get rejected. So that's what I'm saying. You don't do anything until support is lost or resistance is broken. This is why I'm sitting in the wings, because there's so much manipulation at play here for Bitcoin. You know, it's falling out of certain patterns, it's breaking out of certain patterns, and some of those patterns and destinations seem to be a little bit invalidated at the moment, and not just for Bitcoin, it's for crypto in general. Okay, so what we're going to do is jump into Bitcoin on the hourly time frame right now to see what we can see. Okay, yeah, so just looking at Bitcoin on the hourly time frame, then you can see basically, look at this zone here. Okay, look how much support we've got here at the moment. It looks bad, chop 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 sideways, but this is accumulation right here. This is accumulation. This is whales sort of buying at the rock bottom prices that they can. Okay, you're fully aware, if we do sort of lose this level of support, you've got a breakdown target. There is some kind of falling wedge on the go here, larger falling wedge, but you've also got this sort of mini one just here. And again, if you do break this level of resistance, this is where you can see a nice little pump for Bitcoin up to retest this level of resistance, okay, where you did form this sort of mini sort of wedge within this larger wedge that we are looking at on the daily time frame, that Bitcoin's creating this massive wedge, where if you do start to break that, this is where you could see a full retracement to this high just here to retest this resistance, because this is what happens when you break out of these wedges. You come back up usually to where you form them. So this is why I'm still relatively bullish on Bitcoin, okay, and we will find a bottom relatively soon. But like I said, you do pay attention to the DXY, come to your charts, draw that trend line, look at the horizontal. If it gets rejected and you're scratching your head why, it's because it is under a level of resistance, okay, and it is basically in a continuation pattern of the horizontal. So it's really important. I did say to you that a break was soon, didn't I? You know, I can't say it's tomorrow or next week or whatever like that, but I do, when I say soon, it means, you know, within a couple of weeks to a month at least. So do anticipate a bit more, you know, anguish and uncertainty, because in the DXY, for example, you could come down to that level of support, come back up to resistance, support, like I've shown you, you know, get trade in the apex, and basically in that time you get all this accumulation still on the card. So Bitcoin, so right now, okay, on Bitcoin you've got this red line, which is a key level of resistance, which I've shown you, okay, multiple touches on the daily time frame, but we're on the hourly time frame at the moment. You can see since you've entered it, you found a level of support at the bottom, and you've found a level of resistance at the top, and you can see you're sort of coming more and more to the top. Do you see this? So you're sort of getting in a zone just here. Now obviously you have got some kind of trend line just there, that if you did start to lose this, potentially where you could see Bitcoin come down to test this trend line as support once more and potentially create a lower low. So you're fully aware of that. You know, if you do see that, do put some cheeky bids on the monthly 20 EMA, because that would act as a massive level of support, because that's confirmation you're still in a bull market. You see that? So yeah, right now, you know, come to your charts. If you do start to see Bitcoin pick up and break a level of resistance, i.e. this red line, you could be looking at more upside and a potential retest of this level of resistance, and this would actually confirm a breakout at this point. And again, if you can break that back to support, you will be looking at a complete reversal here, which would be absolutely amazing. Because, you know, and don't just think because it breaks this red line, oh, we're going to get a full reversal and stuff like that. It will take time, okay, it will take time, but potentially, you know, let's mark this level up here. So we've got this level up here, potentially, you know, we could see a full reversal, and I'm going to tell you exactly, say we did break this red line, and it is all a big if, by the way, you know, because there's so much manipulation at play here, it's untrue. So wherever we break the red line, if we did, and you came up to that, so 25 pump, a retest of that high, which, you know, it needs to happen, because in in previous bull markets and blow off tops, in any blow off top that you find, you always come back up to where you've created a point of resistance to test as resistance confirmation that you are in that downtrend, in that bear market. We've not seen any of that yet. And you know, a complete reversal up to the high is a 99% long opportunity right there for Bitcoin. So do anticipate that. You can see it's tightening, okay? And like I said to you, something is going to happen relatively soon. We're going to get some kind of break, aren't we? Okay, so yeah, there is a kind of trend line just here. You can see a level of support. Do you see this? So if you do start to lose this support even more and hit your head on the 20 on the hourly time frame, and you fail to get above this, then yeah, you are going to, you know, continue to sort of roll over here. And do anticipate that this red line down here needs to hold as a level of support for that upside, because if you lose that, you're going to look at a deeper rollover here for Bitcoin. So it's had a nice little pickup this morning, hasn't it? You know, just here, and a nice little green candle just here. So if we can break above this EMA just here, the 20, and back to the 55, and break this red line, there is a probability here, you know, that we could be looking at rejection on DXY and a pump for Bitcoin. And you know, we've found the bottom just here, you know, so that is a probability. But like I said to you, break this level of resistance, start to hold a support, and do something like this where you're creating these higher lows, okay, and potentially higher highs, then you're looking at a beautiful upside just here to 40k to test as resistance. Break that, we're looking at a full retracement for Bitcoin and the continuation of the bull market here, you know, and that herd mentality and all them bears and people calling bear market. The bears are going to get wrecked basically, aren't they? So we'll be back tomorrow with another update on Bitcoin. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Take care everyone. Bye bye.